I get sick and tired when Puerto Ricans call themselves white. I get sick and tired when people say Jamaicans and Puerto Ricans are not black. You ever seen Usain Bolt? That dude's black. You ever seen Diego Calderon? That dude's black. Ever seen Don Omar? That dude's black. But I get even more sick and tired when Puerto Ricans and Dominicans call themselves white. They won't outrightly say they white. They'll say that they're Spanish. Well, if you're Spanish, that means you're from Spain, or you have, direct, family from Spain. You can't go to Spain, you know, and work. You can't go to Spain and just live. You'd have to like fill in forms and emigrate. So if you had to emigrate, that means you're not from Spain. You speak Spanish. That's because it's a language that was forced on you. The same as an African American who happens to be black speaks English. It's a language that was forced on him. Originally in Puerto Rico, the island was called Boricuan. It had Taino Indians in there. The Spanish conquistadors found it, invaded, saw that it was full of gold, and decided to make the Indians work the mines. They call it the Port of Riches. The Indians refused to work and they started dying out. So they went to Africa. They went to Guinea-Bissau. They went to Ghana. They went to Nigeria, Fanti tribe, Bantu tribe, Angola, and brought Africans to work and enslaved them. They didn't bring like 500. They brought thousands upon thousands, tens of thousands of African slaves to the island that was inhabited by red Indians, Taino, indigenous Indians. Then when they raped the island enough and took all the gold, the Spanish crown from Spain said, yo, it's time to go now, we can leave. And they left. They left. They didn't take anybody with them. They didn't take the Africans. They didn't take the red Indians, the Tainos. They left of their own. The white Spaniard from Europe left on his own and left behind Africans, Tainos, and the mixes that was created during that reign. So, how are you Spanish? You're not Spanish. They don't want nothing to do with you. They left. They raped you, raped the country, and left. Jamaica, exactly the same. The island originally had Arawak Indians, Carib Indians. British slave masters came aboard over African slaves from Nigeria and Ghana. Exact same thing happened. They forced the language on them, English. And it became a broken English as patois, right? So obviously, they're black. The only difference between a Puerto Rican, a Dominican, a Haitian, a Jamaican, an African American is a boat stop. No difference. The only reason you speak the language you speak is because you have no identity. You don't know your original language. You know what's so crazy that black people will say they are African American. You know why they say that? They don't know where they're from. They don't know exactly which country they're from, their ancestors are from. Europeans won't turn around and say, oh, I'm European. They'll say they're British, they're English, they're French, they're Spanish. Look at that again. Spanish, Europeans. You're not Spanish. Stop saying that you're Spanish. You know what? My father's from Jamaica and my mother's from Puerto Rico. My mother's from Loíza. If you know Puerto Rico, Loíza is an all-black neighborhood. All black in Puerto Rico. My mother would never have said that she was white. She never said she's Spanish. She said she's Puerto Rican. She says she's Boricua. But if you ask her what race you are, she'll say, I'm mestizo. Like that's a mezcla. Like she's mixed. My father is black, right? He knows that there is rape within his ancestry. That's why he's lighter in skinned. But his ancestors are Ashanti. Yo, y'all gotta stop being stupid and stop thinking that just because, somebody is not from America and black, that they're not black. African Americans are not the only people who are black, right? Jamaicans are black. Puerto Ricans are Afro-Latinos. They're black people who have a Latin culture. They come in all different shades. And my mother's side of the family, right? You got every single shade under the sun. Why? Because they're mixed. And you know how it goes with the mixed one drop rule, one drop. You know how it goes. So hold up. Let's get a biracial guy, right? Half black, half white. Put him next to a full Puerto Rican person. You can't tell the difference. They look exactly the same. But yeah, that biracial person will identify as either mixed are black. But Puerto Ricans and Dominicans who look just like that biracial guy, if not more black in their features, want to say they're Spanish, which means they're white, which isn't right. That's not true. Educate yourself before you talk shit, all right? The whole subculture of slavery, which is still evident today, is about you losing your identity. African American, that's a continent. Africa's a continent. What part of Africa is your ancestors from? Ghana, Guinea-Bissau, Angola, Nigeria, Kenya, Ethiopia, Egypt? Where? You don't know? All right, cool. Don't ever call a Puerto Rican white. Don't ever call a Puerto Rican Spanish. That's a culture and a heritage. You already know. Proud Jamaican, proud Puerto Rican. It's whatever. But I'm Afro-Latino and I'm Afro-Caribbean, right? African Caribbean, African West Indian, African Latino, right?